Hi, my name is Huckleberry Finn, and I'm just a young boy that has been through a lot. I'm currently in a little situation. Jim, my closest friend, well, I actually consider him family. He he's a runaway slave, and he's currently kidnapped. So I need to set him free because he depends on me. I depend on him. His family depends on both of us. I've got to get Jim and myself right to Cairo because that's the future. Thinking about this problem makes me start wondering where it all started. You know, Let me tell you into my story a little bit. It all started with my father. Pap, he's the worst. He's just the worst. He's an alcoholic, irresponsible, abusive, gold digger, something else. He's a racist too. Racist. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. I'm such not a racist. I don't think it's fair how they treat Jim. He's a human. He's a human being. I hate racism. He's a great person. He's like I've never had a family. And Jim is the closest thing I have to a family. I love him. We've been through a lot. I remember it all started with Widow Douglas and Miss Watson. I had a future back then. Well, then I had a normal future before my dad came along. He took me away and everything, and I didn't stand him anymore. He got drunk with my money and beat me up. I honestly, no, I'm sure I would be dead if I hadn't run away. When I ran away, I went to an island and everything. I explored it a little bit, and that's where I found Jim. I can't believe that the same night I escaped from my dad's cabin, he escaped from Miss Watson. And that's when I decided to be open with him. And that's when we became best friends, the only friends actually. And we've been through a lot. It's good. We've been through adventures. We found a floating house on a river. There was a dead man inside, and there was money and everything. We found a steamboat and some criminals on it. But the criminals made me start thinking about my future. And I think, the way we've been going on, we've been stealing and everything. Not because we want to, but because we need to. It's a necessity. Because we're in a pretty messed up situation. So it made me start thinking I might be like them, the robbers in the steamboat, stealing for a living. So I decided to help them. We took their canoe, but then I asked for help and everything. I don't know what happened next. But yes, with Jim, we've been on the raft up and down, sideways of the river, and we found these two guys, the Duke and the Dauphin, who are second worst people I know in my life. The first being my father, the second being them too. These guys, they're con men. They lie for a living. And I was kind of forced into the situation of helping them because I really don't want to fight with these guys. I'm scared of them. But they're just the worst. I've seen them do terrible things like going to this religious event and pretending to be a pirate or something. just to ask for money. They rip off people. The last one has been that one about the dead guy. You know, they pretended to be the brothers of the dead guy just to have the money that was left. But at the end, the real brothers came and we had to go. I'm telling you, first chance I get, I'm going to leave them. You know, Jim's been kidnapped. Last thing I need on my back is 2 conmen to maintain. Yes, I mean, I'm just a young boy in the pursuit of happiness. And I know, once I get it, it'll all be fine. I'll be good. I'll be the goodest boy of them all. Once I have happiness. And I know that not everything that's shining is gold. So, yes, I need to get going. I've got to figure out a plan how to free Jim from Silas Phelps. So, this has been my story in a brief moment. But if you want to see the rest of the story, buy my book, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Yes,